Imagine a country where you never pay taxes. The government gives you a house for $1, and healthcare is completely free. But here's the twist. Skip Friday prayers and you could end up in jail. Welcome to Brunei, one of the world's most secretive and misunderstood nations. I'm about to reveal 15 mind-blowing facts about real life in Brunei that will completely change how you see this tiny Southeast Asian kingdom. A small but extremely wealthy country. Brunei is one of the wealthiest nations in Southeast Asia. The country's prosperity mainly comes from its oil resources. Brunei possesses reserves of about 1 billion barrels of oil. With a population of under 500,000, this amount is more than enough to sustain the entire country. One of the clearest signs of Brunei's wealth is how they use gold. Gold is widely used to decorate mosques, palaces, museums, and even hotels. The Jame Aser Hassan al-Bolkiah Mosque is a striking example. Its domes and 29 minarets are covered with 5 tons of real gold. Even hotels are lavishly adorned. The Empire Brunei Hotel is considered among the most luxurious 7-star hotels in the region. Thanks to this great wealth, people in Brunei enjoy a very comfortable standard of living. From birth, every child in Brunei receives a completely free education. Healthcare in Brunei is also provided at no cost to all citizens. If local hospitals cannot handle a treatment, the government pays all expenses for patients to receive care abroad. Unemployment benefits are generous as well. For those who do not own a house, they can register with the government, and after a few years, they will be granted one for a symbolic payment of just $1. They are also exempt from paying for electricity and water. Bruneian citizens do not have to pay any taxes. Even foreign visitors benefit from this policy, as the country exempts value-added tax on all goods and services. Who wouldn't want to live in Brunei Type 1 if you'd move there? The strictest Islamic laws you've never heard of. In Brunei, actions such as skipping prayers, smoking, or even looking at women inappropriately can result in imprisonment. The country is one of the few Islamic nations in the region, with around 80% of its population being Muslim. This means that Islamic law is applied very strictly, to a degree that many might find hard to believe. Friday is recognized as the National Day of Prayer in Brunei. Anyone who fails to attend the mandatory prayers may face fines or imprisonment. Adultery is considered one of the most serious sins in Islam. It is not only illegal but also carries extremely severe punishments, including death by stoning. Brunei enforces what is known as the seclusion law. This rule forbids any man and woman who are not married or related from being together in a closed space. Some hotels strictly follow this regulation, requiring proof of relationship, while others are more lenient, especially with tourists. Visitors are advised to check hotel policies carefully before booking to avoid legal trouble. During the holy month of Ramadan, eating or smoking in public is prohibited. Local residents can be punished, and foreign visitors are also subject to this rule. Violations can lead to a fine of nearly $3,000 or imprisonment for up to 1 year. Public celebration of Christmas is also banned in Brunei. Decorations are not allowed in public areas. Christians are still permitted to celebrate Christmas privately within churches but must inform the authorities beforehand. If the celebration is judged to be excessive, offenders can face up to 5 years in prison or fines of nearly $30,000. In Brunei, staring or any behavior deemed inappropriate toward women can be considered a criminal offense and lead to prosecution. If these stories surprises you, don't forget to hit subscribe. Turn on the notification bell and leave a like to show your support. Your engagement helps us keep creating more captivating stories and uncovering the world's hidden wonders. The most reserved women in Asia. Bruneian women possess the soft and gentle facial features typical of East Asians, yet carry a touch of Arab sharpness and charm. Their appearance often includes smooth tan skin, large expressive eyes with long curled lashes, and a higher nose bridge compared to many East Asian features, creating a striking and unique beauty. Seeing them can feel like encountering a real-life version of Princess Jasmine, natural and unaltered. Despite their beauty, Bruneian women remain relatively unknown to the world. This is partly because they are modest and reserved, and also because they seldom take part in regional or international beauty contests. Most women in Brunei are Muslim, so their clothing tends to be modest and respectful. The traditional outfit is the baju kurung, a long, loose-fitting tunic worn with a skirt or pants, accompanied by a headscarf known as a tudong. Non-Muslim women may dress more freely, yet their clothing still reflects the country's emphasis on elegance and modesty. Within the family, Bruneian women continue to uphold the traditional roles of wife and mother, caring for the home in line with Islamic customs. However, they are not limited to domestic life. Women in Brunei receive full access to education, and many pursue higher studies, working in areas such as education, healthcare, and business. Some even hold significant positions in government and social institutions. The reality of having 4 wives. Like many other Islamic countries, Brunei's laws permit men to have up to 4 wives, but this right is subject to 2 strict conditions. First, the husband must obtain consent from his current wife or wives. Second, he must formally commit to the government that he is capable of providing full and equal support for all his wives throughout their lives. If a man fails to treat his wives fairly or neglects his duties toward any of them, he can face legal penalties. The most serious punishment for such misconduct can reach up to 20 years in prison. What does fair treatment mean in this context? Simply put, everything must be shared equally, from clothing purchases to bedrooms and vehicles. If one wife is given a comfortable, well-furnished home, the husband must immediately provide equivalent houses for the others. If one wife requests a new car, he must consult the others and ensure fairness before making the purchase. Due to these demanding requirements and the heavy financial and emotional responsibilities involved, very few men in Brunei choose to have more than 1 wife, even though it is legally allowed. Gender equality in Brunei is reflected in various areas of life, as women enjoy nearly equal opportunities in higher education, public service, and business, comparable to men. So, if you were living in Brunei, would you go for 1 wife or all 4? Drop your answer in the comments. The weirdest weekend schedule on Earth. Brunei stands out on the world map with a lifestyle rhythm unlike that of most countries, as its official weekend does not follow the usual Saturday-Sunday schedule. In this prosperous Islamic nation, people take their days off on Friday and Sunday. Friday is chosen as the primary rest day because of its deep religious meaning. It is the day of Jumu'ah, the most important weekly prayer for Muslims. Keeping Sunday as the second day off creates a work week with a distinctive pattern: rest on Friday, return to work on Saturday, and another break on Sunday. This arrangement forms a uniquely balanced routine that both respects tradition and provides a degree of flexibility. Adding to the uniqueness, Brunei has recently drawn attention with a proposal to make Saturday an additional official day off. If this plan is approved, Brunei would become one of the rare countries in the world where citizens could enjoy the exceptional benefit of a 3-day weekend. Gender segregation that extends to everything. Strict gender regulations influence many parts of social life in Brunei, including the education system. One of the most distinctive features of the country is its gender-separated schooling. Male and female students are not allowed to study or take part in activities together within the same institution. This policy is carried out through single-gender schools that extend from elementary to secondary levels and even into universities. Female students, in particular, must follow traditional dress codes, wearing modest clothing that covers their hair and face, leaving only the eyes visible. Although such rules may seem restrictive to some, they are considered a way to preserve traditional values and maintain a learning environment consistent with religious beliefs. Despite the separation, the quality of education remains high. Brunei continues to provide free and modern education that ensures equal opportunities for both boys and girls, while still respecting the country's cultural and religious traditions. Greeting customs that could get you in trouble. The art of greeting in Brunei is so specific that getting it wrong can be deeply offensive. The traditional handshake is incredibly gentle, almost like a brush of hands followed by placing your right hand over your heart. This gesture means I welcome you from the bottom of my heart. But here's where it gets tricky. Men cannot shake hands with Muslim women, and vice versa. If a woman extends her hand, a man must politely decline by placing his hand over his heart and bowing slightly. For tourists, this can create awkward situations if you don't know the rules. Never point at anything with your index finger. It's considered extremely rude. Instead, use your right thumb with other fingers folded. And always use your right hand for everything: eating, giving or receiving objects, money, gifts. The left hand is considered unclean in Islamic culture. These aren't just suggestions, they're cultural requirements that locals take very seriously. The country where motorbikes don't exist. In most Southeast Asian countries, motorbikes dominate the streets. But in Brunei, they are a rare sight. People have little need for two-wheelers because cars are easy to purchase, convenient to use, and fuel costs less than a bottle of water. With a population of just over 450,000 registered cars, this means that nearly every household owns at least one vehicle. The rate of car ownership in Brunei is among the highest in Southeast Asia. Because most residents drive their own cars, public transportation has become uncommon. Buses still operate, but only within the capital city. Bandar Seri Begawan, on 6 purple-colored routes. Locals seldom use them. Most passengers are foreign workers from Indonesia, the Philippines, or Bangladesh. The fare is very affordable, about $1 Brunei. But the service is unreliable. Buses have no fixed schedule, stops are limited, and waiting times can stretch up to an hour. Tourists who wish to experience the bus system must be quite fortunate to catch one running. Traditional taxis are almost non-existent. It is not possible to flag one down on the street as in many other countries. To get a taxi, you must call and book at least an hour in advance, specifying the exact pickup time. Otherwise, it's nearly impossible to find one. Because taxis are so limited, their fares are relatively high. A short 4-5 kilometer ride can cost around $5. And speaking of transportation, there's a country with nearly 30 million people but not a single railway track. So, how do they travel through those treacherous mountain roads? The answer will blow your mind. Click the link in the corner of the screen or check the pinned comment to watch that video. And don't forget to come back because next part, we'll dive into one of the strangest money systems on Earth. A currency system that defies logic. About Brunei's economy, their currency has one of the most unique arrangements in the world. The Brunei dollar is pegged to the Singapore dollar at exactly 1 1. But here's the crazy part, both currencies are accepted interchangeably throughout Brunei. This means you can walk into any shop, restaurant, or taxi in Brunei and pay with Singapore dollars as if it's local currency. No exchange fees, no conversion rates, no hassle. It's like having 2 official currencies that work seamlessly together. This bilateral monetary agreement creates incredible convenience for travelers and businesses. If you're flying from Singapore to Brunei, you don't even need to exchange money. This arrangement highlights the incredibly strong economic ties between these two nations and provides a level of monetary stability that most countries can only dream of. Environmental laws that could bankrupt you. Brunei is widely recognized for its clean, green environment, supported by strong environmental protection policies. The government enforces strict laws to prevent pollution and to preserve the country's natural beauty and high standard of living for its people. Under Bruneian law, actions such as littering, cutting down trees, picking flowers, or breaking branches are considered serious offenses. Depending on the severity of the act, violators can face fines of up to $4,000 or imprisonment for as long as 2 years. These regulations serve not only as punishment, but also as a way to promote public awareness and encourage a sense of responsibility toward nature. The people of Brunei take great pride in their environmental consciousness and their commitment to keeping the nation clean and green. This collective discipline contributes to the country's unspoiled scenery and lush surroundings. Visitors to Brunei are urged to follow these environmental rules with respect. Rather than approaching travel casually, tourists are encouraged to act responsibly and help maintain the nation's cleanliness and natural charm. Thanks to this shared awareness and strong enforcement of environmental laws, Brunei has become one of the leading examples of environmental protection in Southeast Asia. The Sultan's unbelievable lifestyle. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah isn't just wealthy. He's wealthy in ways that defy comprehension. As the absolute monarch and ruler of Brunei, he holds complete power over this oil-rich kingdom. His personal fortune is estimated at $30 billion, making him one of the richest individuals on earth. He's also the longest-reigning sultan in the world. His palace spans 0,000 square meters and includes theaters, pools, and grand dining halls. But here's the part that sounds fictional. He wears clothes only once, and they're crafted with gold and diamonds. He owns a Rolls-Royce completely covered in gold, custom-made exclusively for him. His private jet is adorned with gold and worth millions of dollars. He owns estates in some of the most expensive countries worldwide. To show his devotion to his wife, he fulfills every desire: rare jewels, palace wings, exclusive gifts that no one else in the world can own. Despite this extreme wealth, he's known for his kindness and has implemented many initiatives to improve his people's lives. This is why Brunei citizens enjoy such generous benefits. Their sultan genuinely cares for their welfare. It's hard to believe someone actually lives like this. Share your thoughts. Would you call this luxury or excess? Home to one of the world's rarest animals. Deep in Brunei's pristine rainforests lives one of the most unusual creatures on Earth, the proboscis monkey. These aren't just any monkeys. They're endangered animals with the most distinctive feature you've ever seen on a primate. Male proboscis monkeys have enormous noses that can grow up to 7 inches long. These massive noses aren't just for show. They amplify their calls and are actually considered attractive to females. The bigger the nose, the more desirable the male. What makes this incredible is that Brunei is one of the last places on Earth where you can see these amazing creatures in their natural habitat. They live primarily in the mangrove forests and riverbanks, especially in Ulu Temburong National Park. The proboscis monkey plays a crucial role in Brunei's ecosystem, helping maintain the health of mangrove forests. But habitat loss has made them critically endangered. Brunei has implemented strict conservation measures to protect them, making wildlife viewing here a rare and extraordinary experience. For visitors, seeing these monkeys in the wild is considered one of the most unique wildlife experiences in Southeast Asia. Their unusual appearance and endangered status make every sighting precious. Food culture that brings families together. Bruneian cuisine tells the story of a culture that values tradition, community, and unique flavors that you won't find anywhere else in the world. 3 dishes in particular reveal the heart of Bruneian food culture: ambuyat, nasi katok, and rendang. Ambuyat is considered the soul of Brunei's cuisine, and eating it is unlike any dining experience you've ever had. Made from sago flour extracted from the sago palm tree, the flour is mixed with hot water to create a sticky, translucent paste. But here's where it gets interesting: you eat ambuyat using chandas, special utensils that look like chopsticks but function completely differently. You use the chandas to roll the sago paste, then dip it into a sour and spicy sauce made from tamarind and local spices. The entire process becomes a social activity that brings families and friends together. Ambuyat isn't just food. It's a cultural ritual that emphasizes sharing, patience, and community bonding. Nasi katok represents the opposite end of the spectrum: simple, fast, and incredibly satisfying. Often called Brunei's fast food, nasi katok consists of white rice, fried chicken, and spicy sambal sauce. What makes it special is its accessibility and affordability. This dish has won hearts across all social classes because it delivers maximum flavor at minimum cost. The beauty of nasi katok lies in its democratic appeal. Whether you're a wealthy businessman or a university student, everyone enjoys this simple combination of perfectly seasoned rice, crispy chicken, and fiery sambal that adds just the right amount of heat. Rendang offers the most luxurious experience of the 3, featuring beef slowly simmered in coconut milk and aromatic spices until it reaches perfect tenderness. This dish typically appears at major celebrations and demonstrates the cultural fusion between Brunei and neighboring Indonesia and Malaysia. The preparation of rendang requires patience, skill, and high-quality ingredients, making it a dish that showcases culinary expertise and cultural sophistication. When served at important gatherings, rendang represents hospitality, celebration, and the preservation of traditional cooking methods. A capital city frozen in time. Bandar Seri Begawan is unlike any capital city you've ever experienced. Located at exactly 4 degrees 55 minutes north latitude and 114 degrees 55 minutes east longitude. This small city feels like it exists in a different era. The name itself tells a story. Bandar means city in Malay, while Seri Begawan is the royal title of the current sultan's father. So the capital is literally named after royalty, which gives you an idea of how important tradition is here. What makes this city extraordinary is its combination of ancient and modern. You'll find the magnificent Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque with its golden dome, the Malay Technology Museum showcasing traditional crafts, and the Brunei History Center preserving centuries of culture. But the crown jewel is the Istana Nurul Iman Palace, the largest residential palace in the world. This isn't just a building, it's a symbol of Brunei's wealth and the Sultan's power. The palace is so massive it has its own postal code. The city maintains an atmosphere of tranquility that's almost surreal. There's no traffic noise, no pollution, no urban chaos. It's clean, quiet, and peaceful in a way that makes you feel like you've stepped into a carefully maintained paradise. The Venice of the East that time forgot. Our final mind-blowing fact takes us to Kampong Ayer, a 600-year-old water village that represents one of the most remarkable human settlements on Earth. Often called the Venice of the East, this floating community houses tens of thousands of residents who have lived on the water for generations. Kampong Ayer isn't just a tourist attraction or historical curiosity. It's a fully functioning town that happens to be built entirely on stilts over the Brunei River. The village consists of interconnected smaller communities linked by an intricate network of wooden walkways, stretching nearly 40 kilometers in total length. What makes Kampong Ayer truly extraordinary is its completeness as a water-based society. The village includes schools, mosques, including a floating mosque, medical clinics, fire stations, post offices, and even a floating petrol station. Residents can conduct their entire lives without ever setting foot on dry land. Despite maintaining traditional wooden stilt house architecture, life in Kampong Ayer reflects Brunei's modern prosperity. Most households feature air conditioning, satellite television, and internet access, creating a fascinating blend of ancient living patterns with contemporary amenities. The village operates its own transportation system using traditional boats that serve as water taxis, connecting different sections of the community and providing access to the mainland. Visitors can rent these boats to explore the village, experiencing firsthand how an entire community has adapted to life on the water. Kampong Ayer represents cultural continuity in a rapidly changing world. While Brunei has embraced modernity and oil wealth, this ancient water village demonstrates how traditional ways of life can coexist with contemporary prosperity. The residents take pride in preserving their unique heritage while enjoying the benefits of modern technology and infrastructure. The village also showcases sustainable living practices that developed over centuries of water-based existence. From waste management to transportation, Kampong Ayer residents have created systems that work in harmony with their aquatic environment. These facts reveal a Brunei that exists far beyond typical tourist experiences or media representations. This is a country that has chosen its own path, creating a society that balances incredible wealth with environmental stewardship, traditional values with modern prosperity, and strict social rules with genuine warmth and hospitality. What makes these facts truly mind-blowing isn't just their uniqueness, but how they reveal a nation that has successfully maintained its identity while adapting to the modern world. Brunei proves that oil wealth doesn't have to corrupt traditional values, that environmental protection can coexist with economic prosperity, and that small nations can create big impacts through thoughtful choices. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Have you ever visited a country with customs this different from your own? Let me know in the comments below what aspect of Bruneian life you'd most like to experience yourself. And if you found these insights valuable, make sure you're subscribed, because next week I'm revealing the hidden truths about daily life in another mysterious nation that most people know nothing about. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the real Brunei. Until next time, keep exploring the world's hidden wonders. Untitled Chapter.
We're so glad you were here with us today. Leave a comment, like the video to support us, and hit subscribe for more. Catch you soon.